So in this video, I'll be showing you two new league monsters, Jacksepticeye and Emerald Natura. So anyways, let's get started. So let's start off with Jacksepticeye, and let's start off with his moveset. St. Patrick's Legends. This Smart Nature damage and applies poison to one enemy. This is a 0 cooldown skill. And same with Irish Potion. He was one ally by 30%. Both of these moves are pretty decent moves to have. So yeah, and moving on. And Frankensteins Medicine. Deals more nature damage and applies poison to all enemies twice. This is basically like Drakon, where you can apply stun twice. And this move requires cooldown. And Morning Breakfast. Heals all allies by 20%. Requires cooldown. All the way. There's heavy nature damage to one enemy. Applies poison and total damage reduction to one enemy. Requires cooldown. This is a really good skill. Well, not really good, but it's a pretty decent skill. Irish Energy applies area dodge to one ally and heals one ally at 30%. Area dodge is a great trait to have. And the fact that you can even apply as a status effect is great. Big Boss. I forgot to mention that one requires cooldown. And Big Boss deals low nature damage and applies major damage reduction to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Okay. Irish Coffee applies taunt to itself and heals itself by 30%. Area dodge and taunt. Perfect combo. And this also requires cooldown. And reading your comments, this is the ultimate. Deals heavy special nature damage to all enemies and applies mega position and shock to all enemies. Jacksepticeye. Nature tank with taunt and healing skill. So this area dodge skill, it's likely that he has taunt as a trait. And he can apply area dodge to an ally, which is just amazing. This leprechaun devotes his life to games, but he has a very specific taste. He loves pretty much anything that may cost him his life. If there's no risk of death involved, the game's just not interesting enough for him. Moving on, we have Emerald Natura, new patrol leader. Deals more nature damage to one enemy. Mentor Sun. Deals low nature damage to all enemies. Pure Force heals all allies by 20%. Applies life regen to all allies. Requires cooldown. Ryan's Rage deals more nature damage and applies poison to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Root Slam deals low special damage and applies life regen and gives one extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. Root Jab deals heavy nature damage to one enemy, applies poison to one enemy, and requires cooldown. Instant Force deals very low special damage, heals all allies by 15% and gives an extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. And Cyan and Emerald deals low special damage to one enemy and gives an extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. And Ultimate Force of Natura deals more massive nature damage to all enemies and applies mega stun to all enemies. Emerald Natura. A nature attack with extra turn and healing skills. So yeah, this is based off the OG legendary monster Cyan and Natura. So yeah, overall I think this monster is just honestly just a worse version of Jacksepticeye. And yeah. For my predictions, because of this new patrol leader, I think this might mean that this is the next free-to-play Legends Pass monster, since they're obviously not going to make a Golden Pass monster this week. So yeah. Anyways, Cyan Natura kept reading in the news that the sunlight had become toxic. The problem was that being part plant, sunbathing wasn't optional for her. With every passing day, she felt stronger until one day, as she was doing her photosynthesis, she transformed into Emerald Natura. Maybe the sunlight wasn't as toxic. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Bye.